Hey, amazing that you're here and welcome to my YouTube channel. In here, I share tips and my experience and how I guide others into online entrepreneurship. And today I'll cover more about effective messaging. If you feel inspired after this training video and you haven't had been in touch with me earlier on, you can just always comment under this video or you can sign up or go to my Instagram page and I will place it in the description box. But for today, we're going to dive into effective messaging. So I felt a gap, and when I recorded this, for me, it was last week that I truly felt for a certain time of period that I was like, okay, I know how I want to behave. I know the person that I want to become and how to show up. And I really feel my authority. But through my messages, through the way I showed up, I felt something was missing. I felt misalignment. And last week, I watched a training. I had a conversation with a couple of people, and for a sudden, the whole puzzle was complete. I needed others to feel what I feel, to let them read who I am as a person. And it just basically came down to the basics. It was all in my words. So, what's exactly the importance of messaging? And well, it's not about getting a lot of leads, a lot of people who will join your page and who will follow you, while just a couple or none are going into the training or affiliate or join your business and join your team. Or your team is maybe growing and you're making sales, but people drop off or they don't show up like you want them to show up. So they stop or they treat it like a hobby. And creating a growing team is not about getting more leads or making more sales alone. No, you desire the duplication. You want a team that's growing, a dream team, of course, that's growing. But you need to start to look earlier in that system because it all starts always within you. You can blame other people, you can blame other systems, you can blame other things outside, but every block starts with something simple and it starts within yourself. Because ask yourself, who are you really talking to? And it's not to speak to people to make it just easy for them to get into conversation or jump on a phone call. And of course, it's really nice to have a nice conversation, but you didn't start your business to only have nice conversations. You did start your business to create a life based on your own terms and to support other people. So you need to speak with authority, with clarity, and to a high ticket buyer. So be intentional with all that you share. If it's a post, a reel, a story, every content that you share on your social media pages. And every person, think about that every person that may see what you share could be the new forerunner in your team who is blowing up your business. And you share your daily life and not only just for pleasure or without any context, but you use sharing your daily life in a bigger picture with a story that's related to what you have to offer these people because there's a reason that people want to follow you, and that's because of your story and because of your authority. So, what you shouldn't say is, oh, the only solution is start to work online. You just need to stop your own your normal job, your corporate job, and start working online. That will really save your life. Or talk about just this business. This business. Or maybe you feel like, yeah, create money online, being a digital nomad, creating a laptop lifestyle, a lifestyle in which you can work from anywhere and then with a picture from a tropical beach, or ditching the 9 to 5 and stop your corporate job and just build something for yourself. Why I see this so often, but also that it attracts not people that you want to attract, is that it refers to any type of online business where you can make online income. There is no clarity, and with no clarity, there is also no authority. And this business, when you say this business, this can literally mean everything. So be clear in what you say and give others details and specific information because when it's not for them, You qualify them already there instead of just hopping on a call that's literally wasting your time and could be filled by a call talking with someone who's truly interested in a business opportunity that you have to offer and is aligned with what you share on your social media pages. Also, some things you shouldn't say are you have the three mainly you see on a social media page that people have three main pillars, three posts that they can post. Oh, this is about me, get to know me, welcome to my page, hey, this is who I am, start here, or just the fun part about me. Well, it's really nice for people to see and just to spread some content, but you need also in these pin posts to give people a reason to follow you, to get to know you, and to feel inspired with what you have to share. And just by making fun of your page, you make fun of yourself and you attract these kind of people. And most of the time these are not the high ticket buyers. These are actually the short time seekers who desire to sit on their couch, watch a training, and expect that one day later there's a million falling into their bank account. And exactly that is not what's going to happen. So you need to be outstanding. There is no one like you. So use your story and your experience to create a reason why people exactly want to follow you and grow into your team. And keep on repeating your story and your message, because when you feel like, oh, but I already shared this like 1 week ago, I already shared this yesterday or the day before, or I already shared this 5 times this week, when it's going to sound boring to yourself and you feel like I'm just falling into repeating mode, it's just going to start calling out other people who are watching you. So just change a couple of words, use some sentiments, tweak a bit of the script, but keep sharing your story. Keep sharing your message, because that's what people need to hear, and that's what exactly you have the authority about. Last part of what you shouldn't say, maybe you already think like, Romy, can I say something? Yes, you can. You can say a lot of things, but it's about reframing some kind of things that I see on a normal daily basis with a lot of business partners, a lot of content creators, a lot of people that are there on social media and who only attract like pretty weird guys from India. I mainly see them popping up still in other people's comments, people who are just fluffing around and people who are not taking serious action. So these are the kind of things that you shouldn't say, but you can reframe them. So last part of this is, okay, now is the right time to start. You really need to start now. Investing in an online business is the best thing you can do. Or no, network marketing is not a scam. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a lie. What you shouldn't say, or why you shouldn't say this, is that these things sound like you're convincing people and you're calling them out to make them move into something you want them into, but maybe they don't want to be in there, or they don't yet see the bigger picture. And the right people don't need to know from you that working online is the solution. They already know that this is the solution. People have been looking for opportunities like this. They only need the details to get started, but they already know that what you have to offer is their solution. And also, high ticket minded buyers, they don't need an explanation that it's not a scam, it's not a scheme, it's not a pyramid scheme, it's not a lie, because they already know that that isn't the case. They already know this is the solution. They only need the details to get started. So when you speak to the right people, you don't feel any friction in your connection. You don't have to explain what it is not. You only need to give them more details on what this business opportunity is about and not what it's not, because they already know that it's not the case. They already know that this is the solution. So they trust what they will learn from you. They trust their intuition and they will take action when they have all detailed information. So you speak to the person within you, before you started and what kind of information you needed before signing up. So if you doubted a little bit before you signed up for a business opportunity, for the business opportunity that I have to offer as well, um, look at that point that you were doubting. Hey, what is the question that you ask yourself? What were you doubting about? What did you need at that time to make that detailed and that thoughtful decision to get started? And that's exactly what you need to give other people because you attract the people that look like you. So, here, what you should say instead is that you mainly will use characteristics, habits, and behavior and thoughts from the people who have a growth mindset, but also all of these details that are within yourself. Sometimes we overcomplicate these things, but it's really easy. You just need to look in the mirror. Who's that person? What defines me? What are my characteristics? What are my skills? What are my habits? What do I like? And what do I value to have in life? And that's exactly the kind of person you want to attract. So just reframe it, place it in your post, and really speak from yourself and your source of authority to attract the kind of people that will align to you. And then you will also see that conversations are going to flow and use these as a foundation, as I already said, of posts, stories, reels, and everything on your social media page. For example, a couple of skills that I value and a couple of the habits that I value, you can tweak this by yourself, but for me, are being passionate, solution focused, resourceful, disciplined, open minded, independent, taking fast action, and valuing imperfection over no action at all. So ask yourself always before you post something or before you make a story, create a reel, do I speak to a person with these skills? Or am I talking to someone beneath these standards on a lower level? And also, the hook is exactly already that just that one sentence, that form line, or when you create a reel, the first 5 seconds where you're calling out your specific person that you want to attract. So combine your niche with your skills, like the skills that you stated for yourself in here. Combine these two things because you have something they need. So call them out based on your values and your skills. And when they feel that you know how to do something, how to achieve a goal where they don't know yet how to move forward, you are being as an authority in their eyes because you know something and you have something that they don't have yet have figured out. So for an example, in my case, it will be like for a post or a reel. POV, you're a single woman who values living with simplicity in nature while being a support from the heart and giving honest attention to those who show respect. That's exactly capturing the value and the vision that I have in mind, but also calling out these kind of people that I want to grow my team with. Because if you don't show respect to me, I'm not willing to work with you. That's exactly what I already stated in here. So, what's important is that you're going to start stepping into the person you want to become. And that's what you will feel and what you want to make people feel like when they see your messages, when they see you showing up. And that's all based on authority messaging because you already have authority. You're not an average person. I see that so often that people are like, Romy, you have a story to tell. You have been through such a depth. You had such bad healthy issues, and yeah, I don't have a story to tell. I just walked the corporate path, and I'm not really. I'm just an average person. But please be sure you're not an average person because when you are watching this video you're already trying or you already stepped into entrepreneurship. And that means that you're not an average person because average people just stay stuck in their uncomfortable comfort zone. They don't take action and they definitely don't start their own business. So you're already, by this step, exactly not an average or an ordinary person. And what you should do is stop making content for normal people. And the average person but create content for the person that you want to become, the person that is within you, the person who you're talking to into the mirror. And really take that serious, because the ones who look like you, the ones who are willing to take the risks and can see the much broader perspective that they have in mind, will relate to your story, will relate to how you show up and who you want to become, and then will join your path. So it's basically that you attract what you share. So use your past experience, your goals, achievements, the way you walk through life, the degrees at school. Use everything, also the mental struggles that you have been to speak into reality and to talk about, because the people who align to what you have to share will come to you. And also qualify with who you want to work, because you know that you'll be working together for a lifetime. So don't only think about the sale that's going to happen. It's not about making sales in here, it's about growing a team. And with growing a team, you will work together alongside each other and you will support each other to create success. And when you're done, let people join your team who are only looking for a quick fix, who are not serious, with whom you don't align at all. Dare to say no. Dare to say no, because this shows them your authority. And it challenges you also to say no. Because when you feel like, I want to make a sale, I want to grow, no, it's not about making a sale. It's not about growing, it's about making connections, making truthful connections and relationships within your business to grow together. And not only for yourself. So it's really challenging your mindset that if you feel like, I want to make that sale, pause. It's not about a sale, it's about growing a team. It's about working together for a lifetime and making true relationships. So pause and ask yourself, really, is this exactly the person I want to work with? And if that doesn't feel aligned, there to say no. Because you need to show people why you have authority and why you're one of a kind based on the things you experienced and you achieved. I have a couple of tips for you that I use now on a daily basis, because my posts and my stories, everything that I create is really with intention. I use ChatGPT, and here I use the free version. I think when you can get a paid version, you don't have to tweak a lot, but I use the free version. For me, is just good because I'm an author, I'm a writer, I will create my own version on this. So fill ChatGPT with your personal story, who you are, what your vision is, what kind of work you do, what kind of person you want to become, what's your vision. Fill ChatGPT just with all the stuff, all detailed information for business partners who are in the same community as me, who work with me together. I will also I placed here the links from the calls with Kiki and Kim about ChatGPT, about really filling your chatbot with intention. I placed the links in here, but I will place them in the description box too, to go back to these two calls. And in there, these women will give you some tips and insights on how to fill your ChatGPT specifically with who you are as a person and what prompt you can use. But to give you a couple of prompts that I use, this is one I use for my post. You can make a screenshot, you can pause the video, you can come back to this. But what I fill ChatGPT with before I'm writing a post is, hey, I'm building my authority in network marketing, and I want to communicate with confidence instead of sounding defensive. So here's a sentence I might say or post. And then after that, I just place whole the script that I want to post about, the message that I want to share. And then underneath that, there is, please, 1, identify if it sounds weak, defensive, or uncertain. 2, write it to make it sound. And then underneath, the second pillar, I list how I want others to read the post, the characteristics, emotional benefits, how I want people to feel when they listen to me or when they see my message. That you can list that as long as you want, just fill it really with things that align to you. So not me, but things that align to you. Third is remove any language that, and also list in here that you don't want to sound. You don't want people to feel like you sound in a certain kind of way. For example, defensive, comparing, negative, etc. Also in here, you can make your list as long as you want. Really make it aligned to you. And then the fourth is reframe it so it, and in here you will list some things you on how you desire your text to be received. For example, it defines the opportunity instead of defending it. Just one example. Also, here you can make a full list. If you want some more tips on details, you can always message me or place a comment underneath, or get in touch with me on my Instagram page, and I will help you or give you some more examples. But this is just a basic prompt that I use, and I use it with intention for every post and story that I share. And I just want to say that when ChatGPT is going to give you exactly the script after you fill this out, don't copy and paste. Don't copy and paste, because if you're not using the paid version, it's not going to give you exactly some personal script. It will give you a script, and when you read through that, you will read words and sentences that you're like, I don't use that on a daily basis. So what I always do is I copy and I paste, but in the paste before I launch it, I tweak all of the things that I feel like, okay, this is too much information. It doesn't align with me. These are not my words. This is not exactly the kind of sentence that I would say. And I really tweak it to my own story a little bit back, but I use the structure and the baseline of ChatGPT. And that's exactly what gives me my confidence and the authority in speaking my message. And as a last part, I also have a story prompt for you, because I use different scripts for a story and for a post, because my post is more authority based to really get people in and really see or show people that I have the authority about the things that I speak about. And in my story, I'm more relatable, I'm more genuine, I'm more myself, and I feel like, okay, I want to just be more spreading my value and my message with such a basic interest and passion. So, what I use as my story prompt is, okay, based on the chat, and then it's the name of the chat, or of this chat, because ChatGPT is going to give you always a name of a chat. You can also edit the name of the chat. So I'm used to call this chat the post prompt, and then this one the story prompt. So based on the chat post prompt in this case, um, can you also create a variation on what I desire to say, to talk to high ticket buyers with authority in my stories, while mixed with my personality, so it even then feels aligned to my avatar? And I would say something like this. And then I just place whole the script of the story that I want to share in my stories on my Instagram. And yeah, then ChatGPT gives me the script. And just as I stated, don't copy and paste, tweak it so it aligns with you, who you are as a person, because people will see that when it's just copy and pasted from ChatGPT. In the beginning, they didn't, but now everyone is used to use ChatGPT and AI, so they will know exactly when this is copy and pasted. So, yeah, basically, that's all I wanted to share with you. I hope you had a lot of value from this. If you watch this training video and you're not directly in touch with me, and you're inspired to start your own online business based on my support, well, I will place my Instagram page in the description box below. You can always get in touch with me or make a comment underneath this video, and I would love to get to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.